So I want to welcome you back to Hope Starts Here. We're in the season of hope. We have remembered the resurrection together as a church, as a community. Even though we're having to shelter in place, we are learning to see Jesus more clearly and to love him more dearly and to follow him more nearly. He is the light of the world. We remember that with this little candle. I always like to take a moment to just still my frantic, busy, hopping around mind. So breathe in hope and breathe out fear. Breathe in faith and breathe out doubt. Because now, today, we see scarred Jesus and doubting Thomas. In this wonderful story, we're told that Thomas was one of the 12, but he had not seen the resurrected Jesus when the others did. And it says, now Thomas, also known as Didymus. It's an interesting thing. Thomas is not mentioned often in the New Testament, but virtually whenever he is, it says parenthetically, also known as Didymus. Both Thomas in Aramaic and Didymus in Greek mean twin. And there's a reason why we're told this about Thomas. In our day, multiple births are often a sign for celebration. It was not so in the ancient world. Ancient world childbirth was a very dangerous moment, and when there were multiple births, it was, of course, more dangerous, so the mother died more frequently. And then economically, the ancient world generally ran on inheritance, and primogeniture, the oldest son, would get the property, get the land, and it was a land-based economy. And when there were twins, that would mess up claims to the inheritance. And so there's just two sets of twins in the Old Testament, Jacob and Esau, and Perez and Zerah. And neither of those stories are happy stories. Neither of those relationships are happy relationships. Twins were generally understood to be a bad omen. And so Thomas, also known as Didymus, the twin, is a picture for us of what the New Testament would call double-mindedness. I believe, but I don't believe. I cling, but I doubt. I move towards, but I move away. How can this ever get resolved? Is there any hope in this for me? And that's Thomas's plight, and he just can't believe. He's like a lot of us. I'm skeptical, been following Jesus for all these years, but unless I can put my fingers in the place, unless I can touch, unless I can see. And then Jesus comes, and Jesus appears, and Jesus reveals, and Jesus makes himself known so that we can see him more clearly. But what we see is scarred Jesus. I love this about Jesus. Now, he is resurrected. Our hope is resurrection, not just afterlife. We're not going to exist as disembodied spirits up in the clouds someplace. God created the universe and he intends to redeem it. He intends to restore it. Creation groans, we're told, for the revelation of the sons and the daughters of Jesus. That's you and me. So it's all going to be restored. We're going to get resurrected body. Won't that be a good thing? Jesus has one. But what's amazing is his resurrected body still has scars. There are still holes in those hands. There is still a piercing in that side. In other words, maybe his scars are the most beautiful parts of Jesus' body. So as we follow him today, I would ask you, what are your scars? What scars do you carry? Regret, failure, divorce, abortion, loss, broken relationship, disappointment, a dream that never worked out. God never wastes a hurt. God wants to use your scars. Scars, too, become part of resurrected redemption. Bring your scars to Jesus today and ask him how he wants to use them. And I'll see you tomorrow.